Okay, what's up? So it's Oscar here. So basically, this video, this whole course, is a paid product that I made in the start of this year, and I'm going to release it here for free on YouTube. It's gonna be a long one, so I recommend you watch it like probably like it's gonna take you a few days. Let's just say that. So yeah, and if you find this one helpful, I hope that you can check the link in the description where I have a course called the POTS Recovery Timeline. I think that one is also very helpful when it comes to your POTS recovery journey. Otherwise, I'm not gonna keep you here any longer. Like and subscribe if you find this helpful, and yeah, be ready for the first video.
So this first section is basically just information about POTS. I'm gonna explain to you what it is and then why you have it, basically. So let's start with what POTS is short for. It's short for the term postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and that's the disease or condition, let's say, that you and I have. Postural, the P, means basically just the body position you're in. Orthostatic means that you're standing up. Then tachycardia means elevated heart rate, and then syndrome basically means just that it's a variety of symptoms that occur at the same time. That's it, basically. Next, how is POTS diagnosed? Well, POTS is diagnosed by having you measure your heart rate. First, you're gonna have it measured either not standing up. You're gonna either measure it laying down or sitting. Most often, if a doctor does this, it's laying down, or that's at least how they did it for me. And so what they do is they measure you first laying down, and then they compare your beats per minute, your heart rate, to your heart rate standing up. And if the results come in where your heart rate is 30 beats per minute or more higher while standing than while laying down, then that's basically enough to diagnose you. The symptoms of POTS vary. So it can come anywhere from nausea to lightheadedness to dizziness, and you get very easily exhausted. Basically, all effort starts to feel more difficult. Like everything you do is just feels very tough. Every time you like bend down and you come back up, your head just starts throwing itself to one direction or the other, and you just don't know what is even going on. And that's the scary thing about it. But these are pretty basic facts. Like, if you've been diagnosed with POTS, you probably already Googled this, or your doctor told it to you. Like, you basically know these things already. So let's get to the meat. Let's get to the real things that you probably didn't know about already. So let me get this straight. POTS is not a physical condition. I know what you're saying. You're gonna start arguing against me. It definitely is physical. My heart rate is fucked up. I can't stand. I literally can't do anything without being exhausted. Like, what the fuck is going on? This is obviously physical. Yes, the symptoms are very physical and prevent you from doing simple daily things. And like, that's not what I mean when I say that it's not a physical condition. What I mean is that the problem in your body, like the error in your body, is not caused by anything physical, but something neurological. Basically, your body has these neural networks that run through your body, and they allow you to recognize threats, for example, like fight or flight, or like anything like that. And you have POTS because basically one of these systems has crashed and isn't working properly anymore. So your body system basically detects simple daily habits like walking, standing, doing anything, like these things that we never thought would be of any problem to us. But your body thinks of these things as a threat to your survival. And because these neural networks recognize these daily habits as a threat to your survival, then your body starts giving you symptoms like nausea, elevated heart rate and stuff to get you to stop doing those things. Let me say that to you again in a more simple form, because this is very important. Your body detects simple daily habits as a threat to your survival, and then it gives you symptoms so that you would stop doing those things. Like when you just zoom out a little bit, that sounds ridiculous. Like that sounds so wrong. So why does your body operate this? Like why, what is the reason for why you got POTS? Well, there's probably what I'm gonna call a starting event, okay? So there was probably some type of illness you had, like COVID for example, and then after that you've just never been the same, or like a few months after that you just started getting these symptoms and you've just never been the same since then. And you know, you're gonna think that it's because of that illness that you got it, but that's not actually true. That's only like what I call the starting event, because that's kind of what just boosted it off, what got the whole process to start, I guess. Because why you actually have POTS is because of some unresolved trauma in your life. And before you get defensive, like just think about it. When you get an illness normally, like you become sick, you have it for 3-4 days, maybe a week, and maybe some small symptoms, maximum 2 weeks after. And then you just go back to normal life. Like everyone here has been sick before, okay? So let's not bullshit ourselves. Like that's the normal process of a illness. But why didn't it stop? Why did you get these symptoms? Well, it's because of some other factor, obviously. And that factor is trauma. And when I say these words, you probably know exactly what trauma I am talking about. Like any traumatic event that happened to you, maybe as a child or later in life, that just was so dramatic that you can't even... It's hard for you to go back to that moment. So how I visualize this whole thing is like, imagine your trauma. Your trauma is like you're building a rocket ship. Like you're building this rocket ship, and you've fully built it. It's up to regulation. It's perfect. Okay. And then this illness comes along, and that's the fire in the bottom of the rocket that just makes it go up, like makes it fly into space. Like the thing already existed, the illness just jump started it. Does that make sense? So basically what we're going to work on here, like basically in this whole course, is you resolving this trauma and then teaching your system, like your neural system, that it's okay to do these daily habits again, these simple things. So your job now, before you go into the next module, is to find out what this traumatic event is, and you also have to accept it. You have to accept that this is the thing, and this is the thing we're gonna have to work on. And there's no shame in admitting what it is. Like, this is the only way you're going to get better, so might as well. See you in the next module. Alright, so let's talk about like Mario, let's talk no, but let's talk about your mindset. So first of all, this is like the first thing and pretty much the most important thing that I'm gonna tell you the whole this mindset section, and I'm gonna drill it into your head right now, and I'm gonna tell you, if there's one thing, even one thing in this whole mindset section that I want you to remember, it's this, okay, listen. You are going to recover. POTS is something you are going to recover from. You need to remember that, okay? Like, genuinely, at least, of course, okay, maybe if you're 80, I don't know, but like, what the fuck you got to live for at 80? I'm saying, like, for your normal person, you are going to recover from this, okay? So, as long as you kind of believe in a better tomorrow, like, that's pretty much what I kept telling myself every day, and keep telling myself every day. What if there's a better tomorrow? Like, can I see a possible future? Like, is there any possibility that in the future I'm going to have a day that's better than today? If the answer is yes, and by the way, I don't know what the fuck you're trying to tell yourself, but you are going to have a better day than this current one you're going to have, okay? I'm pretty much living proof of that, okay? So let's keep moving. Next part is like, this is gonna sound bad, but you'll have to take responsibility for your current situation. I know, this condition that you and I have, it's not our fault. It's not our fault we got this. But this is your life, this is my life, and we have to take responsibility for it. There's no one else that gives more of a flying fuck about your life than you do. Trust me. Okay, maybe your mom. So it's basically you and your mom fighting against the world, okay? So do not put yourself on the other side of this battle. Team up with your mom. No, but seriously, like, you have to be on your side. You have to be on your own side. And you do that by taking responsibility for your current situation and trying your best to better yourself, you know. you'll also have to accept that this is not a sprint. The recovery from this condition is not a sprint. This is a marathon, okay? So basically, there's no quick pill, quick surgery, quick anything that will just boom, snap, and you're back to normal. No. If with POTS you're going to try and recover fast and do some fast things, you're just gonna gas out and give up, okay? Rather, you should run it like you would run a marathon. You know, start slowly but consistently. As long as you keep taking one step forward, you're going to recover. And you know, I'm gonna have to tell you a disclaimer. This is a very important disclaimer, okay? When dealing with illnesses and conditions like POTS, for example, when you make progress, sometimes you're gonna take 3 steps forward and you're gonna take 5 steps back. It sounds very harsh, you know. Progress in real life is kind of made like you take 3 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, no steps back, and you just keep fucking flying to progress. But with a condition, it could be as rough as 5 steps back, like you go net -2 steps back, and it's in those times when you have to make sure to use all your willpower and endurance to stay in the game. Because let me tell you, it will get better. It will get better. Again, I'm drilling this mindset into you. It will get better. I'm living proof of that it will get better, okay? And you have to also remember, like, I can only give you the tools. I can only teach you kind of what to do, what mindsets to have, everything. I can only give you information. You're the only one who can do the action. I'm gonna tell you that to you again. I can only give you the information. You are the only one who can do the action. Okay? And you know, you could still think that to yourself that you can't be asked to do this, you can't be asked, because I know it's very fucking tough. I was in your situation. It's very fucking tough. Like, you can't be asked to do this thing. You just want to lay in bed and, you know, basically do nothing, you know. And it's valid, but you're not going to make progress. You are not going to make progress that way. And you know, let's take 6 months for example. Let's say for 6 months you do absolutely nothing. You're going to be in the same place. Trust me, been there, done that. And the thing is, why I didn't do anything for 6 months personally was because I literally did not know what the fuck to do. Trust me. Like, and everything in that time, when I did not know what the fuck to do, I kinda knew. You know, I kinda knew what I should do, but then I was very scared to like do it because I was like, what if I fucking die? You know? But after you watch this course, you know what to do, and I highly encourage you not to waste any more time. And my point is that after 6 months, if you do nothing, you will have no progress. But trust me, if you in 6 months you do the things that will get you to better, you will be better. That sounded stupid, but like basically, if you do the things, if you do the good things, you're going to get the good results. If you do the bad things, you're going to get the bad results. Okay, case closed. It's not that difficult. And with this, you have to kind of think to yourself, what do you have to lose? Like let's fucking be honest. You lay on a couch or your bed the whole fucking day, exhausted of doing absolutely fucking nothing. Let's be real. Like, can you imagine living life like this for the next 70 years or something? No. Like, you have literally nothing to lose. Like, obviously you could think to yourself, okay, oh, what if I start going outside? Okay. What if I start going outside and let's say worst case scenario, I've been feeling nauseous and stuff. So let's say I puke. Let's say I puke on the sidewalk. There's crowded people. There's a lot of people there, and I puke on the street in front of them. Okay. So what? So basically your options here are either stay the same, stay the exactly same as you're right now, or in the absolutely worst case scenario, trade your life back for in exchange of puking in front of some people. You have to puke in front of some people to get your fucking life back. Or stay the same. And that's, by the way, the worst case scenario. Let's be fucking... What are we even talking about here? Like, let's be real for a second. Of course you're going to choose this. And if you choose this, you honestly would just deserve to stay in your bed. You just deserve to stay in your bed for the rest of your life. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. This journey will not be fucking easy. No one's told you that anything in life... Who told you that anything in life will be easy? This will not be easy. Like, this will probably be one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your life. But guess what? I'm gonna be honest, you pretty much have no choice. You have to do this. Because what the fuck else are you gonna do? Also, one like kind of bonus tip for mindset, what I kind of want to like talk about a little, is also finding God. Like, and this is a bonus condition because like you don't have to, it just helped me, so I might as well teach you it, you know. So basically just having a relationship with God. And you know, it has helped me quite a bit. You know, just having the faith in knowing that someone out there has a plan for you. For example, I think that basically I used to pray for mental toughness. And you know, getting through this, I'm going to get mental toughness. You know, I'm pretty sure that I already have some mental toughness, but when I get fully through this, oh my god, like my mental toughness is gonna be top fucking tier, you know. And I also think that God knew the kind of potential in me. Like, he knew that I would turn this illness into like a opportunity to help other people with this illness, because you know this space, there's like no fucking videos out there telling you what to do. Like I was lost for like 7 months. For around 7 months I didn't know at all what to even fucking try. You know, I just did some fucking stupid shit, which probably put me backwards in the progress, if I'm gonna be totally honest. But like, yeah, like, holy shit, like, you might find some video, I know I did, I found like this girl who like day in the life of a POTS person, and then it was like just a video of her, waking up, consuming content, then she ate, tried hard to like take a shower, then consumed more content and went into bed. Like, you know, okay, fair enough, you vlog yourself, you know, that's your business. But like, tell me how to get better, tell me how to get better from this, tell me how to get better from this illness, please help me. Like, that was literally me in those YouTube search bars, and I was just I was just raging there, like, please just help me. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, and basically I think that God was the guy, like, he saw me, he was like, yeah, this guy's gonna take care of these people, okay. So now my mission is to help as many people with POTS as possible, basically. And yeah, yeah, God has, just having the faith in God is like, and by the way, it's a totally different conversation, like why I believe in God. I'm not gonna cover that in this course, but it's a valid reason, and yeah, just having that faith really helped me, and this is really an optional step, because I really understand if you don't even want that kind of like thought process in your mind right now or anything like that. And yeah, so basically you're going to recover from this illness. Just saying, you are going to recover from this illness. Just remember that. Next we're going to go through what's meditation. Okay, you all know what meditation is, but basically we're gonna go through, I have it written down here, basically how it lessens your symptoms. It teaches you how to get back to the current moment, because your thoughts like go fucking mental when you have this illness. Then I'm gonna teach you also how to meditate, because guess what? You're doing it wrong. Why do I know? Because I have a camera in your fucking house. Then also what people do wrong when they meditate, aka what you do wrong when you meditate. Okay, so see you there. Bye. Okay, let's talk about meditation. Now, meditation is probably the most important thing when it comes to recovering from POTS. It helps you, like, just bring your mind back to the present moment. You know, you probably know that your brain amplifies the actual situation by like 10 times, okay? For example, you might feel a little movement in your stomach, like when you have POTS, and your brain just calculates that, oh, that must mean that when I go outside that I'm going to puke on every single person that exists within a 1 kilometer radius of me. Like, your brain just fucking comes up with this stupid stuff. Like, it just makes up the most ridiculous situations that just will never happen. Like, I can't even tell you in enough times where literally I'm about to go to the gym and my brain is like, and I get like a little nauseous, and then like my brain starts to be like, if you go to the gym and you train like a little bit too hard, you're gonna puke in the gym. Like, bro, and that literally never happened. Like, ever since I got POTS, I don't actually think I've puked a single time. Genuinely. Like, yes, I felt like I would have many times, but I literally don't even think I've puked a single time.
meditation like helps you bring yourself back to that moment and what you're actually feeling. It also helps a lot with this trauma that we talked about in the first module, and it's gonna help a lot with that also. And like now when I've told you to meditate, it's gonna be like you're gonna be like, oh, gotta do like 30 minutes every day, boom boom boom. No, I don't want you to do that, because you know, as I said, like in the mindset section, if you start sprinting, you're gonna fucking die, basically. What you want to do here is start very small. I don't know what your experience from before is with meditation, but you want to start very, very small. Like we're talking like even 1 minute a day. That's how I started. Like genuinely, this has to become a habit of yours. And with POTS, I'd recommend that you do it multiple times a day. Like 2 minutes here, 1 minute there, like even 10 breaths. Like you know when you're about to go outside and you get that nauseous and very dizzy feeling? That's when you meditate for 10 breaths. And it's literally gonna help the symptoms more than any single drug or anything else could help you. Okay? So just remember that when you're feeling those symptoms, just meditate. Now, let me teach you how to actually meditate. And what people, aka you, probably get wrong about meditation. First of all, meditation is like exercise for the mind. We are exercising the mind. We are not trying to become some Buddhist monk, okay? Meditation is just repetitions, just as a gym exercise. It's repetitions, repetition over repetition. And you'd think that, okay, so if I do 5 minutes, that's 1 rep. If I do, no. Okay, you're stupid. So basically how it goes is meditation is a 4-step cycle. Number 1, you focus on your breath, or basically any point. Okay. Number 2, you're going to lose focus from your breath. You're going to start thinking about that girl you saw with a fat ass, or some cringe shit you did 3 years ago in school, and you're like, fuck, I wish I didn't do that. Like some stupid shit. You're gonna think about some stupid things. And then the 3rd step is when you realize that you have stopped thinking about your breath. And then step number 4 is to bring back your thoughts from that event back to your breath. And then that whole cycle there, that's 1 repetition. So basically, increasing time when meditating is just giving you an opportunity to do more reps, if that makes sense. And so what most people think meditation is, just they think that it's just focusing on your breath, and if you stop thinking about your breath, you fail. And like that has to be the most retarded thing I've ever heard. Like would you tell someone, let's say they want to do, I don't know, this might be a shitty example, but let's say someone wants to do a bicep curl with 10 kg for 10 reps. Then they do it for 9 reps. They can't get it a 10th time. Yes, he has failed at the task, but it's not like he didn't gain any progress. Like in meditation, you're not supposed to be able to focus on your breath for 1 hour straight. Your mind is that's what your mind does. Your mind is supposed to start wandering. It's supposed to think about some random stuff. And that's the whole point of meditation, is to realize it as quickly as possible and bring it back as quickly as possible. And that's the whole exercise. And the better you are at meditation, the faster you realize and bring it back. So let's try this now for yourself. You're gonna this is how you're gonna meditate. You're gonna you might sit on your bed and put like pillows against your wall or something, that you don't kill your back doing this, okay? Then I want you to just do that monk thing with your legs, like a crisscross with your legs thing, because that just gives you aura. And then what you're gonna do is focus on a single point or your breath. What I used to do is I used to visualize. This is gonna sound very weird, but it worked for me. It worked for me. I was visualizing my lungs. So I was having a like 3D image of my lungs expanding and contracting, like with my breath. Like when I breathe in, I just imagine my lungs getting big, and then when I breathe out, I just imagine them like crumbling like paper, you know. That might be very weird, but it worked for me. Now later in my like meditation journey, I just focused like on a single point somewhere here in the middle, like kind of like a third eye. I've been focusing on that, and yeah, just do whatever works for you. Then you start breathing. You're gonna inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds. Like that's kind of the optimal pace that you're gonna go at. And I'd recommend, if you're new to meditation, do some guided meditation. Like have some video where someone guides you through a meditation where it says inhale, exhale, because then you get used to the pace, and eventually you can do it alone by yourself, because doing it alone by yourself is, in my opinion, better, because like when someone tells you what to do, you kind of focus on them. You kind of just focus on them. You know, you want to be focusing on your body, your mind, your everything. Like your now. You want to be focused on your now, not on some guy's voice. Kind of weird. And you just gotta know that every single repetition, meaning when you focus on something, lose focus, bring back the focus, that's so much progress. Like that's gonna make pretty much all the difference. Like that's what's genuinely going to heal you from this. Because I realized like nowadays all my nausea symptoms are gone. Like I have this kind of normal feeling in my stomach again. Like it feels wonderful. Like I used to go like for the first 8 months, I just felt like I'd puke anywhere I went. Like if I wasn't in my room, and sometimes even in my room, I thought I'd puke. And now just being able to go to the gym and do stuff like this, it feels wonderful. So your actionable step now is to meditate for 2 minutes. I know I said to start with 1 minute, whatever, 10 breaths, whatever. Your actionable step right now before you go to the next module is to meditate for 2 minutes. And I don't want to hear any excuses, because I don't care how tired you are, how exhausted you are, you can fucking breathe. Like, that's meditation. You breathe. You can breathe, whatever. Like, as long as you're alive, you can breathe, bro. So don't even try to tell me that, oh, I'm too exhausted or whatever. It's gonna make you feel good. And the next chapter is
going to be about gratitude, and you're gonna basically just, that's how you build pure happiness long term, not only in the short term. Kind of, it helps you in the short term also, but God, it helps you in the long term also. So see you there. Go meditate right now. So this section is about gratitude, and I want to basically just talk about gratitude, how important it is in life, but especially when you're on pots. Because gratitude is one of those weird things where, like, the more you do it, the more of it you can do. Like, the more things you're grateful about, the more things you find to be grateful about. And it's very important. It's very important because it's this weird thing where not only does it give you instant happiness, but it also gives you long-term happiness, just because how it rewires your brain basically. And why I have it in this POTS course is mainly because when you have POTS, your brain only thinks about things like, oh, what could my life have been without this condition? What would I be doing right now without these conditions? At least I've thought about those thoughts so many times, because I've been thinking like, damn, I wouldn't even be in the same country right now if I didn't have this condition, you know. So, and even you'd be thinking about something like, and no, you're just overall focused on all the negative stuff that this condition has brought to you, you know. And gratitude helps you focus on something else, on something good, which then will bring you happiness, and that will then make you feel better. You know, if you think about good things, it will make you feel better. Likewise, if you think about bad things, you'll like only attract bad things that happen to you, you know. So basically, what is gratitude? Well, it's being grateful for what you do have. And you might be negative right now, thinking like, no man, my life has been shit, man, like, and now I have this condition, man, I have nothing to be grateful for. And that's the thing about your brain. When you think about this, when something bad is happening to you right now, you know, this condition, when you start thinking about it more and more, the worse you feel, the more bad things you'll think about, and the even worse you'll feel. You'll feel even worse than you felt before. So we want to change that. And by the way, honestly, full honestly, if you honestly can tell me that you have nothing to be grateful about in your life, I want you to hold up your hand like this, you know, and slap the shit out of yourself for me, right? Like, basically, imagine that I'm face to face, sitting face to face to you right now, and imagine me slapping the shit out of you. I want you to do that to yourself, because you cannot genuinely tell me that you even exist today without being able to be grateful for that thing. Let me just give you some example. You're watching this. If you're watching this, you're watching it on a device. How about being grateful for that? How about being grateful for the Chinese kids that don't get paid anything just to give you a fucking iPhone or whatever the fuck you're watching this on? How about that? How about being grateful for being able to watch this video with your eyes? Some people don't have eyes, some people are blind. How about being grateful for that? You probably ate today. How about being grateful for that animal or plant or whatever that literally died because you wanted to fucking munch on it. There are so many things. How about your parents who took care of you for however long they took care of you, probably still take care of you? You know? How about being grateful for that? You know, as you can see, there are so many things that you can be grateful for. So don't bullshit me, or most importantly yourself, and telling yourself that there's nothing I can be grateful for. Yes, you fucking can be grateful for something. And by the way, just to prove that I practice what I preach, I'll show you. Here's a page that I gratitude journal today. Let me flip this out. Here's another page, and on the that I did yesterday, and let me flip even one last time to show you. Here's even another page that I journaled. And by the way, let me take this. This was my old journal. This one literally just only pages of gratitude journal. Like, I do practice this, and it has made so much, like, just overall happiness has gone up by so much. You like, randomly I'm driving a car and I see like how beautiful the weather is, and I'm like grateful that I get to experience this, that I get to experience life, you know. And it's crazy how happy just a simple practice can make you, you know. So what I need you to do right now is get yourself a piece of paper or a journal, get yourself a fucking pen, and write three things that you're genuinely grateful about. That's what your actionable step is before going to the next section, you know. And the key here is to basically do this every day, because it's the consistency that is then able to not only make you happy in the short term, but it makes you notice more things to be grateful about, which makes you happy in the long term. And you can notice here, like, how we've kind of rewired your brain so that it doesn't focus so much on the negatives, because obviously you are in a negative situation right now. But if we start to, I wouldn't say ignore those, but we start focusing more on the more important stuff and the things that make us happy in life, that's just gonna make you more happy and live a more happy life. And yeah, it's one of the only things that, I'm gonna be honest, makes you happy during, you know, like genuinely happy during this condition. So yeah, pick up a piece of paper and write 3 things that you're grateful about. And then we'll see you in the next, I think medication is next, so I'll see you there. Alright, let's get to this part. So this module is about your medication for POTS, basically. And I have to start this with a disclaimer that I am not a doctor. I don't even have any plans to educate myself as a doctor. I'm nothing of a health expert, or I'm not a health doctor, let's say. Expert maybe, but definitely not a doctor. I don't have any type of education or that. I don't have any type of license of being a doctor. When
when it comes to medication, these are things that you are going to have to talk about with your own doctor. I am not enough, okay? And even the drugs I'm about to, or the medication I'm about to talk about, it's not even available without a doctor's prescription. So like, you have to do this with your doctor, like a real doctor, bro. Okay, so that's just a disclaimer that I have to put here, just so that you don't actually do some stupid shit. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about a little my medication journey. So first of all, probably the first 8 months of my medication, or like since I got the diagnosis of having POTS, I was put on this drug called bisoprolol, and 2.5 milligrams of that. And what bisoprolol is basically a beta blocker. I won't get into the science of what these drugs do. I'ma just say what they do. So basically, beta blockers, they lower your heart rate and lower your blood pressure. Simple as that. And obviously, heart rate is how fast your heart is beating per minute, and blood pressure is, well, how, like, I guess you could say how fast your blood is flowing through you, but like it's kind of that, but kind of is like it's complicated. I won't get into it too much right now, but yeah. So what bisoprolol does is it lowers both of these, and basically, if you get, the problem with that is that if you have normal levels of blood pressure, but because POTS is that you have the elevated heart rate, so you want to bring that down. But the problem is if you have normal blood pressure whilst taking beta blockers, that means your blood pressure will also tank, especially if you're a skinny guy like me. Like you can see, I'm not like, I may have some muscles, you know, left from the lifting days, you know, but I'm still like, I've been skinny all my life, basically. It doesn't have that, like, that as big of an effect if you're like on the fatter side, you know, you have more fat in your body. So for skinny guys, especially, like when you take beta blockers and you have normal amounts of blood pressure, that means that your blood pressure will tank. And guess what are the symptoms of low blood pressure? Well, dizziness and lightheadedness. So basically, you go from being, also one of the symptoms of taking beta blockers is you get faster exhausted. Like you don't get exhausted from like doing these small things, you know. But for example, if you start running, then you get exhausted like this. And yeah, that's basically one of the negative side effects also about beta blockers. So basically, you have this condition, POTS. You feel nauseous, lightheadedness, etc., etc., and your heart rate is through the roof. You take beta blockers, and your blood pressure goes too low, so you get nausea, lightheadedness. Like, you see, the only thing that's different is that your heart rate is like 30, 40, 20 to 40 BPM lower when you're standing. Like, you can see how basically there's no difference in your life. Like, obviously you can probably go outside. Like now you can probably, like, you can shower without dying. You can eat without dying. You can do like kind of normal stuff without dying, basically. But or like, obviously I'm talking about feeling like dying, not actually dying. But you can see how you're basically, your position in life hasn't evolved that much because of this. Like, this could be a problem. It was a problem for me for
8 first months, so it could be a problem for you, you know. So basically what switched then in after 8 months is that I got put into a special clinic for POTS, like a clinic that the doctors and everyone like just specializes in these kind of illnesses. So there we switched to a drug called let me actually look, ivabradine. And what this drug then does, it lowers your heart rate, but it doesn't lower your BP. So basically, it's the miracle drug for this this condition. And I actually haven't. There are many like same type of drug that does the same thing that ivabradine. They just have different names. You're gonna have to ask your doctor. But basically, it gives you the benefits without the bad thing, which is low BP, you know. So if you're having issues with beta blockers where you get nauseous and stuff after, you just measure your blood pressure when you're at home with beta blockers, and you can probably see there that holy shit, my blood pressure is very low. So you might want to talk to your doctor about, hey, how about I switch to this drug, you know, instead. And then your doctor be like, yeah, because the thing is, if you have normal doctors, right? If you have normal doctors, not like these kind of special clinic doctors that specialize in these illnesses. If you have a normal doctor, like, I'm gonna be honest, they don't know what the fuck POTS is. Like, they probably like, oh yeah, POTS, I heard that in the medical textbook like 5 years ago. Yeah, it's something like, because they had to memorize it for a test or something. So basically they only know what it is, kind of like, yeah, elevated heart rate, like, don't give a like, they don't know anything about the symptoms or what a person goes through when they have POTS. So basically, you kind of have to take the initiative here. And you have to kind of go based on how you feel. Like, you have to make objective observations of how you react to different drugs and different diets and different what you do during the day, and then try to improve upon that yourself. And you have to take the initiative, because if you have a normal doctor, they just look at you like you're a fucking insane person. And I'd also recommend to try to like get to one of these special clinics. Like, if you live in a like modern Western country, your country will probably have a special clinic for those. At least in America, I know they do have that. And yeah, so yeah, when it comes to medication, if you have problems with beta blockers, for example, then try to tell your doctor, maybe we can switch to a drug that doesn't lower my blood pressure, you know. And you know, for me it took 8 months to switch. You know, I was basically in a living hell for 8 months, and now since switching to this drug like a little over about 2 months ago, my life has like my progress, let's say POTS is this, my progress with beta blockers was probably like this. Like, now with this other drug, it just fucking skyrocketed, kind of, I'd say. Yeah, I still have like maybe 1 or 2 days a month that I feel nausea and like the symptoms, but genuinely, like, not really. I still obviously feel that I have the condition, obviously, but like, and I feel how it affects, but it's nothing near those first 8 months where I literally couldn't eat. Like, some days I'd skip shower because I was like, nah, that's too much. Like, even a 5-minute quick shower, I would be like, that's too much effort. Like, genuinely, that's so much effort that I literally can't do it. And it's just crazy how much things change from just one drug change. So yeah, that's why I wanted to tell you about kind of the medication that you probably, you know, want to have, or like that you get this information. Because the thing is, I had to pretty much dig. I'm giving you this now so that you don't spend as much time as I did in these phases, so that you can recover more quickly. Because I didn't have you can watch YouTube right now, you can put POTS or whatever, and there's just bullshit doctors talking, like they don't even know about the disease. They do this fucking thing where they're like on a chair and try to readjust you, and yeah, that might work or something in the long term. I don't know, but they don't really help. You know, there's nothing really that help. I actually searched a few days ago. I watched like POTS on YouTube. There's just people who make it. Basically, they vlogs about my day of a life as a POTS patient. Like they talk about. They basically make it their whole identity that they have now long socks and now they can't do shit for the rest of their life. Like, do you really want to be part of that? I'm sorry, I'm going to a separate point. What I was talking about is that basically there was no help for me when I was searching. So I hope that I'm telling you this will help you like progress so much faster than I did. So yeah, the next module is gonna be about diet. That's a pretty important one. There's probably no actionable step for this section because yeah, like you could, like, if you realized that, oh shit, I've been having low blood pressure and it makes me feel dizzy, but my heart rate's been fine, then you might think, okay, maybe I need to call up my doctor and ask, maybe we can switch drugs to like something like a ivabradine or anything that, just tell your doctor, if you have low blood pressure, tell your doctor that can we try a drug where it only lowers heart rate and doesn't lower blood pressure. Just ask that. And if your doctor denies that, then he's a dumbass. Then I'd tell you to tell that doctor to, you know, try to put you in some kind of special clinic for like that's focused fully on POTS. You know, that's pretty much the only actionable step I can think for this module. So yeah, just see you in the next section, I guess. Okay, so let's get to the diet section. I have notes here for the diet section because yeah, there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to cover here, and yeah, basically it's very important. Like, this is like diet. I'm gonna tell you, diet itself will reduce your symptoms by it. If you get a perfect diet will reduce your symptoms by 50%. I'm telling you that right now. Like, in the beginning it won't really, because your body is at least for the next 2 months, not to the next 2 months, what am I saying? Your body, what you eat now, your body will be like for like 2 weeks. So in the beginning you won't see the changes, but eventually, with a long enough like time frame, the diet is gonna make all the difference. Okay. Sorry. So, for the first of all, I want you to. This is weird. I'm gonna tell you to be grateful for having POTS.
Because guess what? Pots gave you this. Pots gave you a chance to fix your diet for the rest of your life. Like, you know, you probably tried throughout your life, yeah, I'm gonna avoid like fast food, for example. I'm gonna try to eat healthier, like that's pretty much the trend nowadays on the internet. And you've been trying to fix, but you haven't really been consistent, you know, because like you've been like wondering, you haven't had a good enough reason, let's say, to stop eating like trash, basically. So this is finally your reason to finally stop eating shit, basically. Like, this is your chance to change your diet and never change it again. Change your diet for the better and never change it again, okay? So you can be a little grateful for that, actually, for a moment here, okay? So, what's the trick to, you know, changing to healthier foods? It's about reducing the amount of bad foods you eat. Because let's think about it. If you want to eat more good food, you wouldn't just add more good food. You know, if you just add more good food, you'll still eat the bad food. The whole concept is to remove stuff. People always like to think that you have to add stuff. No, you have to remove stuff from your life to make a change. Imagine this: if you remove all the let's say cancers or like bad foods for health from the world, it's not like you're gonna stop eating. Like, you're just gonna eat healthier automatically. So what you want to do is remove these bad foods from your life, because they do make you shit. However much you want to protest that you want to eat McDonald's or you want to eat whatever the fuck, Burger King, you're just gonna have to remove these from your life. And how you then, I don't know, for some people it works to just quit. You know, some people just quit like this. But I've realized that for someone who can't just quit things like that, it's very difficult. So how I've done it basically is that I don't have a quit mindset, like quit that. Like, that's the goal, obviously. The goal is to quit that. But the mindset you need to have is to avoid it at all cost. Like, for example, McDonald's, you avoid that at all cost. When you, like, let's say you're driving and you see a McDonald's, you're like, fuck, I wanna go to McDonald's. Instantly I see a McDonald's, guess what, I'm gonna go to the store. Rather than start thinking about the McDonald's, you know. I'm gonna go to the store and eat healthy, you know. Or if you have a food delivery, like if you have Pots, you probably deliver your food to your door sometimes. Like, then you probably you see McDonald's on the app, you know. How about when you see McDonald's on the app, you think, no, fuck that, I'm gonna go with a healthier options. Like maybe some meat or some fish or something like that. The thing is, just because McDonald's is not healthy food. There's actually a good video on YouTube right now. You can search it up right now. It's from Brian Johnson, and it's let me actually look it up here for you. Here, the video title is How Bad is McDonald's Really? And there he basically buys pretty much every item from the menu from McDonald's, the American McDonald's, and then he just looks at all the macros and micronutrients, everything, goes through how cancerous all these like things are that they put in this stuff. And when you actually, like, honestly, the video is only 15 minutes long. That video only was enough for me to stop eating McDonald's or fast food forever. Like, ever since then, I've ate McDonald's once, and I have a actually I actually have a video about it that I'm gonna post on my YouTube channel, where I literally describe how shit it made me feel. Isn't that crazy? Like, in the past 3 to 4 months, I've ate McDonald's one time. It was 3 or 4 days ago. One time, and instantly I get the motivation to record a whole video talking about how shit it made me feel the next day. So already that should tell you something about diet, how important it is for like POTS, and not only for POTS but for life. So what should your diet look like? Low carb. Like, again, avoid carbs at all costs. Okay, it's fine if you get carbohydrates from, like, let's say you get carbs from like potatoes, rice. You get it from fruits. Like, you can basically just try to eat zero carbs. That's what I'm saying. You can try to eat zero carbs and basically only eat meats, fish, fruit, and you can think about carbs as a like byproduct of like rice, potatoes, and like fruit. Like, you'll get the enough, let's say enough amount when you just, but don't go, and sugar, you need to fucking like, the studies on sugar, like, holy, I don't even understand how people can put, like, I'm not talking about sugar from like fruits, I'm talking about like artificially made sugar, like that shit, just a pure killing powder. Like, it's basically designed to get you addicted and kill you. Like, how is that even legal? Almost, you think like to yourself, how is that even legal? But yeah, it is, and it's a crazy world we live in. Myself, I had my teenage years, like, I had a huge sugar addiction. Like, I used to eat sugar. I used to eat like one bag of candy a day, like around 300 grams candy bag a day, because I just get bored in the afternoon, run to the store, buy me sometimes ice cream, sometimes something good to drink, and then candy, and then I'll play video games. That's basically my teenage years in a nutshell. But yeah, candy's not even candy, but sugar in general, just so bad for you. There's literally there's no valid situation where you should even consider eating sugar. Think about that. You can't think of a single valid reason to eat sugar. Like, obviously, this is for perfect health. If you're going to, let's say you're going to a birthday party of your friend or something, and there's a birthday cake, don't be a dick and, I avoid. Obviously, you can do that. When you have POTS, you can do that. That you oh no, sorry, I don't eat sugar because of this condition. You can do that. That's valid. But if you're starting to feel well and you might want to eat sugar sometimes, maybe you just avoid it at all cost. And there's a birthday cake on some person's birthday that's important to you. Fucking eat the cake, dude. Like you don't have this. You don't always have to do the optimal thing, okay? It's what's recommended. That's the like goal. That's kind of what you want. But also you have to live a little. Like at least happiness is so important when it comes to this illness, because like if you have POTS, you're unhappy, and yeah, that's gonna just pretty quickly. That's a pretty quick downward spiral to a very bad situation, let's say. So yeah, what you want to basically eat are meats, eggs, fish, fruits, and also there's a very big, importance in what you use to like fry your eggs or cook your meat, like the oil. Like don't use these random ass seed oils or like this bullshit that just clog your arteries, okay? You want to recover from POTS? If you don't, put seed oils in your body, because Jesus Christ, those things just clog up your arteries and basically just kill you. That's for life also, by the way. Like the only things you want to like fry your stuff in is butter or sometimes olive oil. Olive oil is not that bad. Olive oil, butter, then there's stuff like bone tallow, stuff like that. But I just recommend butter because it's the most easily accessible one. The like whatever 100% butter bar there's not one of these like Flora or like these fucking like fake butters basically that you spread on the bread. No, that you want that fucking cube of butter, and you want the box of butter, and then you just want to unwrap it and take a piece, throw it on the pan, and you're good to go. Then let's talk about drinks. So basically I don't even know why I have to say this, because this is for life also. No alcohol allowed. Like let's skip, like not skip, let's delay the part where I talk about how it's bad for POTS, and let's just talk about how shit it is for life. Like there's genuinely no benefit to drinking alcohol. The only benefit to drinking alcohol is if you're somewhere like at a party and you enjoy a little bit of it so that you can enjoy the party environment more. Okay, I understand that. Again, if it goes even a little bit over, like you get too drunk, instantly fun gone. Like there's literally no benefit to alcohol. The only benefits, like there are no benefits. Like genuinely, I can't stress this enough. There's no benefits to alcohol, and the list of things that are negative about alcohol, just you can Google or even ask ChatGPT, what's negative about alcohol? It will give you a fucking list of 10 things that like give you enough reason to be like, what the fuck? Why would I ever put this in my body? And for your information, I don't know about you, but alcohol tastes like fucking shit. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Beer tastes like fucking shit. Wine, I'd much rather have like a fucking juice. So, and then obviously no drugs. it's so, why the fuck do I even have to say this? No drugs. Like, are you stupid? Are you trying to kill yourself? Like, there's no like, there's no drug that makes your symptoms even better. You might say weed or something, like, shut the fuck up. It doesn't make it just delays the inevitable, you know? If you want to get over POTS, you're gonna have to experience the emotions, experience the trauma, experience the everything, and then fight through it. Meditation, all these good habits, that's the only way you're gonna get through this. There's no room for drugs, alcohol, fast food, any type of substances. Like, you may think like, oh, let me put some nicotine pouch under my lip. Like, what are you even doing, bro? Like, let's be honest for a second. What are you doing? Like, there's like, anyone could deconstruct, like, 5-year-old you, if your stance is drugs are okay, alcohol is okay, substances are okay, 5-year-old you could debate you and win. And I'm fucking serious about that. Then you obviously want to avoid fast food. We already talked about that. But one surprising thing, caffeine. You want to avoid caffeine. Like, this was one of the like hardest things for me. But like, genuinely, caffeine, how it affected my body at least is, it's weird. Sometimes when you have POTS and you're on a medication like this, it actually makes your heart rate go down. Like, you have a calmer heart rate, which kind of makes you in this kind of tired mood. You're kind of in a like tired mood. It was weird because sometimes I'd want more energy and I'd drink caffeine, and then I started realizing, holy shit, my beats per minute, like my heart rate went down. I was like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, so surprising. Like, caffeine, depending on the source of caffeine, it can be also bad for you, but I'd say it's not as bad as the others. Like, for example, before I got POTS, I drank energy drinks, caffeine. I was fine. You know, I'm not like this fucking 100% health guru or something. I'm just telling you what you should do and you shouldn't do if you want to even live to like 90, you know. So caffeine, definitely, I just wouldn't recommend it because how it makes you feel during POTS, and you don't want any random effects on your heart or your vascular system when you have POTS, basically. So you're gonna have to kind of give up caffeine. You can try it, like you can try an error. You can try if it works for you while on medications and stuff. I don't blame you if you do, but just know that it will probably make you feel worse. So this comes down to the drink. What do you actually drink? Water. Who could have fucking guessed you want to drink water? So, what's good about water? It's kind of the ultimate drink, isn't it? Like every animal drinks it. Do you think humans are special? No, I don't think so. So yeah, water is good, and you might be like, oh, water tastes so fucking bad. It tastes like nothing. Let's be fucking real, first of all. But second of all, I don't enjoy drinking still water either. So I drink sparkling water. Like, I have this machine at home that you just put normal water in it, and it makes you sparkling water. So that's a easy source for me. You can buy sparkling water from the store easily. If you like, that gives the water a texture. Like, I don't I just like the texture, you know, and it kind of gives a like, you could say taste, but like it really doesn't, but it just gives it like that kind of uniqueness. Then also something you also might want to drink is like smoothies, like 100% fruit smoothies, and yeah, some 100% juices also are not that bad. So basically only drink water, juices, all this healthy stuff. Like, you know, the thing about diet is, you know what's like, you actually know, if you're the average person, you know what's good for you, you know what's bad for you. The thing is just, for some fucking reason you don't want to change. Well, guess what? If you want to recover from POTS, you're gonna have to change it right now. How about that? So what should I give you as the actionable step on diet? I'd say all the trash, like all what can be considered as trash food in your house right now, get rid of it. Like all these, oh yeah, I didn't even touch upon like potatoes, like snacks and shit, like some fucking Cheerios. I can't believe people still eat those, like Cheerios and shit. Like, yeah, everything, just remove everything, or if you're a fat ass, eat them, but don't fucking buy any of them anymore. It's also a waste of money. I don't understand how are you so addicted that you literally want to spend money on killing yourself. Like, it's fucking crazy. Anyways, so you kind of want to remove every bad food from your like house. Then when you go to the store, buy healthy stuff. Try to ignore the aisles where you get those tendencies. For me, I'm so far that I can literally walk through a candy aisle. Doesn't affect me. Like, I'm processing like, yeah, there's candy, tastes fucking awesome, but then also I have the other side that tells me it's fucking cancer, it's sugar, it's gonna basically do nothing positive. It's just, and it costs a lot. Like nowadays, I don't know about you, but candy costs a lot nowadays. Like that shit. I went to the store. I don't know if they have like Dumble. No, that's a Finnish thing, I think. But like some candy that used to like bag of candy that used to like 5 years ago cost like 3 euros. Fucking 5 euros? Are you fucking kidding me? The taxes on candy and sugar is fucking crazy. Like, I don't even, like, if I was earning a full-time salary at a job, I wouldn't even have money for that. Like, so yeah, candy and all that stuff is, even drugs, alcohol, all this stuff just costs so much. I don't understand how you people even have money for that stuff. Like, how do you even have money for that? Yeah, that's basically all. So just avoid those things and fix your diet up. You can probably, like, ChatGPT is actually a great tool to actually ask what to specifically put in your diet. I personally eat 1 avocado per day, steak, and then basically just fruit, eggs, stuff like that. Like, I have 2 big meals a day, one in the morning because I take the drug in the morning, so I take my drug in the morning, eat whilst I do that, then I eat like 2 to 4 p.m. and then I'm done for the day basically. 2 big meals. Yeah. Do something like that. Steaks, chicken, whatever you can find. Yeah. This is a bit of, I know I ranted a little bit in this section of the video, but diet is actually like, it's 50% of the gains you'll make. Like, or gains towards like feeling well it's 50% of what makes you feel well is diet. So if you truly want to start feeling well, I recommend, changing your diet. So next module is going to be about supplements. Well. So see you there. So this section is going to be about supplementation, aka what supplements you should take while on POTS, and I'm gonna also, pretty much I'm just gonna tell you the ones that I use and for the reasons I use them. And this is the one video where I'm pretty much going to go full script, because I genuinely don't want to get anything, because there's a lot of medical and science / health things, so I just don't want to start rambling about something and then get it wrong. I'm just gonna read out basically what I take, and then why you should also take it, and how it affects POTS, obviously. So I personally take vitamin D, zinc, ashwagandha sometimes, omega-3s, creatine, and magnesium. Very basic, okay? Those are pretty much, you can even leave ashwagandha out, and magnesium, creatine, omega-3s, vitamin D, and zinc. Those 5 are the basic 5 that you pretty much need to have, okay? So let's start with vitamin D. It regulates immune system, hormones, and cardiovascular function. And basically, vitamin D is you don't take it to have more of it, kind of. You take it to maintain it, because having low levels of vitamin D is the issue here. Because low vitamin D gives you fatigue, mood crashes, worsens autonomic dysfunction, which is very common in POTS, the autonomic dysfunction. Basically, you just want to have as much vitamin D as possible. And by the way, when on POTS, you actually want to get most of your vitamin D from the sun. You want to, this is the vitamin D I'm using. There's about 4,000 IU in one of these, so I take one of those per day, and that's, by the way, kind of low. You can find people who take 40,000 IUs per day. Personally, I think that's if that works for them, fine, but I you can experiment yourself, but I would start with a low dose, because the thing is, this vitamin D you supplement with, it goes through your liver and through your body has to process that, okay? Whereas when you take vitamin D from the sun, then it's a whole different story, right? So basically, you want at least 15, I want you to supplement with the vitamin D, obviously, and then I want you to get at least 15 minutes of sunlight, okay, per day. And the thing with that is, then you might argue, oh, it's winter now and basically there's no sun. I live pretty much in one of the most northern countries there is, okay? So I know this problem, obviously. So you basically want to get outside during the day. Okay, if you have a job, if you even can work a job with POTS, then I'd tell you to, when you are in the job, you take some 5-minute breaks. That's probably fine if you work in a normal workplace, to take a 5-minute breather outside when the sun is out, okay? And by the way, even if the sun is not out, it's cloudy, that's still so much better than being inside. It's still so bright when outside, even if it's cloudy or something, it's raining. Okay, so you can tell your boss like, I'm going to have a smoke, because for some fucking reason that's acceptable. I'm going to take a smoke break. So you just go for a smoke break and don't smoke. Okay. So you want 15 minutes a day. And by the way, I would recommend also getting one of those like 10,000 lux like kind of screen lights which you can like stare at in the morning to reset your like melatonin and that type of stuff, your circadian rhythm, you know. Anyways, and then let's get to number 2, which is zinc. Oh yeah, by the way, deficiency in vitamin D amplifies inflammation, which makes spots symptoms harder to control. Okay, let's get to zinc. Zinc is essential for immune and hormone balance, especially for men. Helps with nerve function and blood vessel tone, which can stabilize blood pressure control. Okay, so low zinc basically equals brain fog, weaker immunity, and slower recovery. So you basically want zinc for this blood pressure control because, you know, when you have POTS, the biggest battle you're gonna have is against blood pressure, because blood pressure is the one that basically gives you all the symptoms. Like if you have low blood pressure, then you're gonna feel dizzy. If you have high blood pressure, you're gonna die. Okay, maybe not. But if you have high pulse, high blood pressure, you probably should take beta blockers, which are gonna lower it. Like zinc just helps you with pretty much everything, especially if you're a man. And yeah, it helps stabilize the blood pressure, so you should take it. That's why you should take it. Okay. Then let's get to the kind of optional one. Ashwagandha. So ashwagandha is a adaptogen which lowers cortisol, aka your stress levels, and helps calm your overreactive sympathetic system. Okay? And it improves energy consistency and stress tolerance, but you have to like kind of start low because some people get worse dizzinesses first. Personally, I didn't get any of that, but that could be because I used to be on ashwagandha like for some periods before I even got POTS, right? So basically, you've probably seen those memes on the internet, like, oh, my whole family dies in a car crash, but I took ashwagandha once in 2016. Basically, you become emotionless, kind of. You obviously feel emotions, but you like become more numb to them. You become more numb to the feelings, so that could help. That could also be bad. For example, I was on it for like 2 months, then I stopped for a while now because I had other medication which it didn't mix up well with, so yeah, currently I'm not taking it, but I plan on starting to take it soon, like in the near future. So yeah, so what else does it say? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like if you want lower stress, and I would recommend buying it. Buy ashwagandha, then start low, experiment yourself, then see what it does to you, okay? Because it lowers your stress, so that like lowering stress has so many benefits. Like it increases your testosterone, it increases pretty much every health factor. Like cortisol is like high cortisol is like the killer of everything. Okay, so you'll just get fast recovery with low cortisol. Ashwagandha helps you do that, but obviously if you start getting like side effects from it, don't use it. It's not worth it. Then let's get to number 4, omega-3s. Now this very important. It's anti-inflammatory, improves vascular function and heart rate Jesus fucking Christ, variability, supports brain and nerve health, both relevant in obviously POTS, you know, because it's nerve based, this whole sickness, your whole nervous system, you know, and indirectly improves blood flow and reduces resting heart rate over time. And resting heart rate is like one of the most important health metrics there are. The resting heart rate is basically what is the lowest your heart rate was during your sleep, okay? And the lower that is, the better, obviously. You don't want to be getting like, you don't want to have the same heart rate while sleeping as you're now when you're not sleeping, you know. So yeah, omega-3s are very good. They also improve, basically they're good for the heart, good for the brain, good for your vision, like good, they're just good for everything, like fish oils. And here you have to, like, yeah, I won't even say it because the whole point is to take omega-3s. You don't want omega-6, but you just take omega-3s because of the reasons I told you. Then let's get to creatine. Creatine is often considered, you know, more for lifters, you know, to gain muscle. And that is true. If you supplement with 5 grams a day, you will see improvement in muscle growth over time. But recent studies have actually like shown that it's so good for your cognitive health. Okay, so let's see what I've written here for the script. Increases ATP availability, your body's battery life. I mean, ATP is basically your battery life, so it lasts longer. Like you have more energy. That's what creatine gives you. Like, and that's especially for short bursts of effort. So it could like help you do gym. Like it could help you go to the gym. Like just that, and it could help you like, for example, if you get like a 5-minute urge to clean your room, bam, done. You know, for example, this morning before recording this, I was like, damn, I see some dust over there, let me just vacuum my room, done in 5 minutes. Okay. So brain and muscle both benefit. You have less fatigue and better cognitive clarity. And I'd say that's true from my own experience. The only negative thing with creatine is that you piss a lot. Like you have to pee a lot. Like you just get these a lot of, like you have to pee like 10 times a day. I'm not even kidding. Then safe long term. So basically, yeah, obviously it's safe long term. Yeah, POTS, fatigue, and brain fog respond surprisingly well. Like, there were some new studies about creatine where, like, even 25 grams per day, like, reversed some symptoms of bad sleep, which is fucking crazy. Personally, currently, I take 5 grams a day because, again, well, you know, I was talking about the medication. It doesn't really mix well. Also, at one point I was taking 15 per day. I'd recommend around 10 per day. Maybe start with 5. You can start with 10 also, but I'd go with 10 a day for the average person. Then last supplement, which is magnesium. Okay, crucial for muscle relaxation, nerve transmission, and heart rhythm. Which basically, if you ignore the muscle relaxation part, nerve transmission and heart rhythm. That's like the two problems of POTS. Can you see how this is a hack? So magnesium deficiency worsens palpitations, anxiety, and blood vessel construction, all POTS problems. Magnesium glycinate or malate over citrate, you know, because there's a lot of different kinds of magnesium, and you want to basically have glycinate or malate or the citrate, because I guess according to the script you get less diarrhea. So yeah, magnesium, I'd recommend having like something like, I have this magnesium, which is like, it's evening, it says evening magnesium, and let me check. Yeah, this magnesium has more like L-theanine and L-tryptophan. By the way, no fucking idea what that is, but it's like the kind of the things in magnesium that make you kind of sleepy. So I take, how much is this? 125 milligrams. So I take 250 milligrams of that type of magnesium before I go to sleep, and I just sleep like a motherfucker. Also, the ashwagandha, I'd recommend either splitting your dose to half the dose in the morning and one in the evening, or you can take both, your whole ashwagandha before bed and you take your magnesium before bed, and you'll be out like this. Like, you're just gonna instantly fall asleep, even if you're a little bit tired. So that's pretty much all for the supplements. Next we'll go over exercise, and yeah, see you there. Alright, so let's talk about the exercise then. So the whole thing with POTS recovery, kind of, the whole goal is to do more and more with time, you know. The whole goal is to eventually be able to exercise, to be eventually able to have a job, eventually do these, like, your goal is to become normal again, and we have to take steps to achieve that. We can, like, POTS is something you have to do yourself, which, you know, may seem harsh, but like, you can't really complain, you know. There are people who get things that they can't do anything about, you know. So let's go over. The thing is that if you used to exercise before, as I did, you have to get used to doing less. Like, your ego goes from here to here real fast. Like, honestly, like, your self-confidence, I'm gonna be honest, takes a hit. Like, before I got this condition, I used to like bench 100 kilo. I used to bench 100 kilograms. I used to squat like 140 kilograms and stuff like that. And after this illness, like, I remember at one, I think I couldn't get like, I couldn't even get 80 kilos up at one point. And yeah, that just, I don't know, because the 100 kilogram bench was something I had worked a lot for in the past. Like, I dedicated like over a year to just achieving that, and now kind of just resetting that and all the confidence that gave me. like not only the thing that I was available, not only the thing that I could bench 100 kilo, that wasn't the thing that gave me confidence, but the thing that I gave myself a goal and achieved it gave me the type of confidence that just was taken away like this. And it's crazy to think about. So you have to get used to doing less, and you have to accept to do less, you know? And even if you haven't exercised in the past, which you're I'm gonna be kind of rude and harsh here. If you don't like if school was the only time you exercised during gym class, I'm gonna be honest, you're kind of a subhuman, okay? You're kind of not even like I'm sorry for being this kind of evil, but you're kind of a subhuman if you don't exercise on your free time. But anyway, so you're gonna have to start small, like, and when I'm talking small, I'm talking very small. I started with walks. For a guy who used to go to the gym 2 hours a day, pretty much every day of the week, and do sports on the side there also, and like workouts would consist of like different distance running or sprints and stuff. Going from that to a 5-minute walk as my workout, Jesus. Like that was so hard to accept, because I wanted to do more but I couldn't do more, and that's probably how you're feeling. But you just have to realize that you have to start small, because if you again, rather, as I've said like in past things like gratitude and meditation, you have to do small things consistently rather than the big thing once and then just don't do it again, you know? Like, so I'd recommend starting with like 5-minute, 10-minute walks. That's how I started. Then eventually I got to like hour-long walks. Like I'm gonna be honest, I used to, because I kind of was just suffering in this illness, had no information about it, so I was kind of, my sleep schedule was fucked up, so I was pretty much like awake the nights and asleep during the days. So I just used to go for night walks. Like I used to walk around the empty city with I just used to do that. And then eventually I got into like some light activities, like for example frisbee golf. Like I got into frisbee golf because that's like you throw a frisbee, bruv, and then you walk to the frisbee, you know. That's like kind of a good sport for someone. But what's like, for example, you could play golf, like any of these sports that don't require like the like hard thing, like very hard exercise. Do these light things, okay? Then eventually, as you start feeling better and stuff, you're gonna, you know, start doing different kind of good exercises and that type of stuff. And yeah, currently I go like, I'm going daily to the gym again, which is like, and you know what, I'm gonna tell you this might be in your close or far future, but when you start feeling exhausted from the workout itself, and not your, because you know right now you're getting exhausted by your illness constantly, right? So when you for the first time realize while exercising that you're getting tired from the exercising and not from the illness, like you just become so proud and happy of yourself, okay? So I just can't wait for you to achieve that, because that feeling is like, you feel back, you feel like you're back, you feel like you're, like, obviously you're not back yet, but you feel like this is the path, this is the right way, okay? So I just can't wait for you to achieve that. And also, so rather do mediocre exercise often and consistently, rather than you doing 100, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna do 100 push-ups today. Rather do like 10 a day. Do like 5 a day, rather than I'm gonna do 100 today, because then tomorrow you're not gonna do shit. Like, let's be honest here. Like, you're not gonna be like, if your standard is 100 push-ups per day, then you might achieve it 1, even 2 days, but then yeah, you're not gonna do that shit, bro. You have to start small and do consistently, and yeah, and so on. And I'd recommend getting a gym membership. Like, what? Obviously, first you start with the walks, then you do like the home exercise and stuff. This is, by the way, how I did it. So you start with the walks, the home exercise, then eventually when you start feeling better doing that, then I'd actually recommend you get a gym membership. And why I recommend a gym membership is because of the lifting weights. So like, strength training is one of the most important things for longevity and health. But not only that, because a gym often has a exercise bike. Now, I don't know if you've seen, but if you try to buy a exercise bike to your home, it's expensive as fuck. Okay? So, and like, you have pots, so let's be honest, if you have a bike, or you buy a bike, like a real bike, let's be honest, how often are you gonna go outside to take a bike ride? You and I know the answer, and that's like no time ever. It ain't happening, bruv. So, get a gym membership, because in the gym you have so many different types of cardio. You can row, you can exercise bike, or you can just walk on the treadmill. But like, exercise biking is so chill. It's such a chill way of doing cardio, and you get the plus benefit of it being a gym, so you can strength train and build some muscle and stuff. So yeah, and then you just, when you're in the gym, you start with like once, twice per week, upgrade 3 times, 4 times. Obviously, if you've been a experienced gym goer before, like I was, then do what you will. Okay? Personally, once I started feeling better, boom, every day. Like, I currently have a gym membership. I go every day, and it's like the highlight of my day. Okay? So yeah, that's pretty much everything about exercise. Next is gonna be about sleep, and it's gonna be probably one of the most important sections. I'm thinking, should I just take sleep here? No, I'm gonna give sleep a own module. Sleep is gonna get a whole module, because there's actually there are so many things about sleep that you can talk about, so many important things. To be honest, like, I could just say to you that sleep is probably the most important thing you could do. I'm serious, by the way. Sleep is the most important thing of everything that you could do. Isn't that fucking crazy? But you're not gonna believe me unless I tell you the stats and shit. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a whole own module. So yeah, and that's gonna be the next video. So see you there, I guess. Oh yeah. You thought you could escape. You thought you could escape this. You thought you could escape the actionable step. Well, guess what? You fucking ain't. So, exercise. Let's give you a actionable step for exercise. Do 5 push-ups right now. Right now. Drop to the floor and do 5 push-ups. Just to, and assess how it feels. Assess how it feels. And yeah, just assess how it feels, and depending on how that feels, then plan your exercise schedule, kind of. Because you, by the way, your whole exercise schedule could be wake up, shower, eat breakfast, go outside for a 10-minute walk, or even chill 1 hour after breakfast because, you know, you have POTS, and then go for a 5-minute walk. Like, that could literally be your daily work task. Go out for a 5-minute walk. Genuinely. So yeah, do 5 push-ups right now, see how it feels, and if it feels really bad, just do the walking. If it feels good, do more push-ups. No, but yeah, if it feels okay, you can like start going, like doing exercise at home every day and stuff. Yeah, just remember, consistency is the most important thing when it comes to exercise. Definitely on POTS. Yeah. I'd recommend 15-minute walks because then you get the 15-minute sunlight I was talking about in the last module about. But yeah, see you in the next module. Okay, so this module is going to be about sleep, and you know, there was a lot, because there's so much information about sleep out there, and what I mean is that there's so many small things that you can tweak, so many little tweaks that you can do differently so that your sleep becomes better. And like, there's just so much information about sleep that I could talk about it for hours probably. So that means that in this module here, I'm going to focus on like the 80-20 rule, meaning that I'm going to give you the 20% of things that give you 80% of the results. And then I'm probably gonna put some more specific sleep guides out there on my YouTube channel. So let's just get into it straight away. When it comes to sleep and the main things like the 20%, there are only a few key things, and those are sleep schedule, the amount of hours you get, and you know, when I think about it, that's probably it. But also you can throw like resting heart rate in there. So let's talk about it. Sleep schedule. It just gives you all the benefits. Like, you have to go to sleep at approximately the same time every single day, and you have to wake up approximately at the same time every single day, and that's gonna help also your, like, if you have a rhythm for your sleep, that also means that you have a rhythm for when you eat, when you exercise, when you do everything. Like, basically that you do everything, every task you do at approximately the same time every single day, and that makes it so much easier for your body to, like, for normal people to just, you know, the body feels great. But for us who try to recover from POTS, it makes so much easier for our body and mind to only focus on the illness. So that's why I would recommend getting that sleep schedule down. You know, there are many ways of doing it. You could try setting an alarm every single day for the same time. For example, if you for a week straight, every single day you wake up, you have an alarm on 7 a.m. and each day you wake up around there, then your body is gonna automatically want to go to sleep at a certain time as well. So, and then eventually it's gonna just become natural, you know, if you just keep going at it as long as possible. Obviously, you're gonna fuck up at some point. You're gonna like relapse sometimes, and then you're gonna have to reset your sleep schedule, which for some people can be very difficult. For me, for example, it doesn't work just to put an alarm on and wake up earlier. Like, that just has never worked for me. I'll stay up late anyways. So what I have to do basically is I have to be awake a whole day and a whole night, and then go on the next day in good time to sleep, basically. And if it is like that for you, then yeah, I empathize with you, because yeah, it doesn't feel great. But anyway, let's get into the next point, which is going to be about resting heart rate. Now, resting heart rate is basically the goal of sleep. Like, you want to have as low as the resting heart rate as possible. And so how you achieve this is by not eating for around 3 or 4 hours before you go to sleep. I know that's gonna be difficult for some of you because you're so used to eating like a what's it called? Oh my god, it's been so long since I've ate like evening foods, so I don't even know what it's called. But like, anyway, like no small bread snack or anything before bed, because that just activates your gut, and yeah, you don't want that when you're sleeping, because you want your body to focus on sleeping and processing all the processing in your brain, all the processing in your body. You don't want all the energy going towards focusing on your gut and food processing, you know. Next thing with resting heart rate is you also want to exercise. Like, when you do your exercise, if you do your exercise when you have POTS, you do your walking, you might even be at the level where you already go to the gym or do some sort of exercise. You want to do that as early in the day as possible, because if you do it in the evening or in the late afternoons, then that's just gonna have your resting heart rate will be higher. Also, having as little light as possible for around like 3 to 2 hours before bed in your house is preferred. I have actually, I'm gonna turn it on. I have a red light which I put on at around 5 p.m. Let me show you. So this is basically how my room is from 5 p.m. till I go to sleep, because red light is on the lowest like lux. It has the lowest lux, So yeah, it calms your eyes, which calms your mind, which makes it easier for you to go to sleep, and that lowers your resting heart rate. Also, doing some meditation before bed also decreases your resting heart rate. And then if you struggle to go to sleep, don't look at a screen. Like, genuinely, please don't look at a screen, because the blue light from that will just wreck your sleep. So what you want to do is read some type of book. Like, genuinely, just read a book, because you probably know this, because you probably sometime in your life read a book, even in school. Like, you read that stuff for like 5-10 minutes and you're out because the book is so boring. Like, if you pick up the phone and start scrolling, you're just gonna be hit with instant dopamine all the time, which is not gonna help you go to sleep. And I'm gonna be honest, even I should follow this advice more often. So now let's get to the sleep amount, because I'm surprised how many people don't actually know this, but there's a very big difference in how many hours you lay in bed with your eyes closed and how many hours you actually get of sleep. If you sleep, again, you're in bed for like 10 hours, the average person is only going to sleep for around 8 of those, or 8.5 of those, because there's a thing called sleep efficiency. And sleep efficiency basically is how long you've been actually asleep during the hours that you're in bed. So like, if you have any like tracking device like a Oura Ring or a Whoop bracelet or a Apple Watch or anything, you'll probably see that you're in like REM sleep and deep sleep for maybe half or like 60-70% of the time. The rest of the time is like in a kind of a lower sleep mode, and like 15 to 20% of the time you're actually like kind of awake ish. So basically, if you're 10 hours in bed, you literally only sleep like 8 or 8.5 of those. So just think about it next time when, for example, you might say, okay, you should get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Okay, I'm gonna be in that bed for like 7 hours and it's fine. Well, yeah, if you're in that bed for 7 hours, surprise, surprise, 80%. So that's like, fucking hell, what is my brain doing? Yeah, but that's gonna be like 6, you maybe get like 6 hours, maybe even less sleep if you are 7 hours in bed. Isn't that fucking crazy? And that's not gonna be enough sleep for you. So yeah, those are pretty much the only 3 things you need to focus on. You need to focus on resting heart rate, you need to, and all the ways to calm it down before bed, your heart rate I mean. Then you have to focus on having a sleep schedule, so that you go to sleep at the same time every day, and wake up every single day at the same time. And then you have to focus on the sleep amount, that you actually get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, like actual sleep, not just time in bed. That's gonna give you the 80% of the results. See you in the next mojo. Bye. Alright, so welcome to the second to last module in this course. This module is going to be about a habit tracker, like having a habit tracker, or just some type of schedule. These last 2 modules are going to be they're actually going to be pretty simple. Like, they're gonna be pretty short.
compared to the other ones. And I don't know if you've also noticed, but I don't have the mic in my hand anymore. I have it just behind the camera. I'm just trying it out, seeing how if it sounds better, because I realized that the videos before, that if the microphone has been too close to my face or my mouth, then it just like it sounds pretty horrible actually. So yeah, let's just get into this module. So having a habit tracker, obviously. So the thing is, you're going to have these maybe old, maybe new habits that you're going to start doing. For example, meditation, gratitude journaling, cold showering, exercising, all these things. And you basically just want to keep track of that. It helps you it helps with also motivation. Like when you have a habit tracker, basically what it means that you have like maybe the first initial for the task, for example M. I'll actually show it how it would look if I'll show you how it looks if I'll find a pen somewhere here. Should have probably prepared this. There's a pen. Okay. So, what a habit tracker is going to look like is that you're going to have the days of the week, or like the days of the month basically. You're going to have them like 1, 2, 3, etc. Here. Oh shit. Here. Oh, did it? Well, you can see it's 1, 2, 3, even though it's kind of mirrored on the camera here. And then you're gonna have like meditation, gratitude journaling, exercise at the top here, and more habits. Here's M for meditation, G and J for gratitude journal, and here's E for exercise, for example. And then you're gonna want to have them in like some type of like diagram in a way, so that you have it in like columns and shit like this, so that it's the first day, for example. If today is the first of the month, then I'm gonna, okay, let's say I meditated today. Okay, I meditated today. Check it off. Check off meditation. Okay, now I did my exercise. Boom. And it helps you, it helps motivate you, because if you see that there's an empty box and you know that just crossing that empty box is going to give you progress, then you're going to be motivated to, you know, do the task. And then there's, like, you can try this out, and then you can try a different method, which is you basically just have a schedule. You have a full schedule, and it kind of like army style schedule, where it's like 6 a.m. wake up, 6:15 cold shower, 6:30 meditate, 6:45 gratitude journal, 7:30 exercise, like, and so on and so on. So you basically have pretty much at least over half the day you have stacked out with tasks that you need to fulfill. And this also helps with if you're struggling with some bad habits that you shouldn't be doing. It helps you because you literally just don't have time to do the bad habits, because you're just so focused on your schedule. And how I recommend also doing this schedule thing is that you make a schedule. Imagine yourself in like 2 years. Imagine the perfect. What's the perfect scenario for you in 2 years? Probably that you've recovered from this illness. You're exercising this time. You're meditating this time. You're like, just visualize that, and then make a full schedule of that. So basically you're like 4 a.m. wake up, Jesus Christ. 4 a.m. wake up. Okay, then 4:30 start working. Shower after, cold shower, then exercise, then go on a date with the girl or some shit like that. Like read, play piano, whatever you visualize is your perfect life, and then stack it out as a schedule. And then your goal is to just try to complete of that day the schedule as much as you can, basically. Because even if you only got like 40% done at the end of the day, like normally you would have done nothing, and doing nothing basically gives you minus. So you doing 40% of your best day possible is literally so much progress, it's unimaginable. So yeah, pretty much was I supposed to say something else? I sometimes forget when I start like rambling about the explanations. Yeah, I explained to you how it works. I gave you the template, like the kind of thing. And with the schedule thing, calendar thing, just put it in your Google Calendar or some calendar app. You can just put the things there, or you can write it out in a notebook. Many things to do, but not unrealistic. Yeah, so you basically, on your habit tracker, you want to put as many things as possible, but you also don't want to be unrealistic. So let's say you put gratitude journaling, meditation, cold shower, exercise, and then like maximums. You probably want to have maximum seven things. Oh Jesus Christ, my neurons just activated because I was about to say 6 or 7 things, but like, yeah, anyways, so you probably want to have around 6 to 8 things. Like 8 is already pushing it. I remember I used to have a habit tracker. I used to have like, I think it was 11 for one day, and like it literally started to become unmotivating because like it's like I'm never gonna get this full day because the stuff happens, especially when you have thoughts, like stuff is hard. So yeah, so you want to stick to like 6 or 7 things, and yeah, and or even you can try, if this is if you've already tried with a lot, you can even try like doing 3. For example, because I've already been kind of advanced, I've kind of been doing this. So I knew that, okay, some things for me are just natural. For example, exercise. I do that every single day without me having to like look at some tracker or anything. It's just a part of my daily schedule. Okay? Just for that as an example. So I don't need it technically on my habit tracker. What I needed on my habit tracker was the stuff I was, struggling to be consistent at. For example, cold showers, meditating, and I think it was gratitude journaling, the last one. Like those are the things that I struggle the most with. So those are the things I put on the habit tracker, because the other things just came to me naturally. So yeah, that's just something to think about. And yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into the next module here. See you in the next module. Or actually, before you go, I almost forgot to give you the actionable step, which is right now to create your habit tracker for the rest of the month. I don't care what day it is of the month right now that you're watching this, create a habit tracker for the rest of the month. And if it's like 2 days, bro, just do it for the next month. So basically, you can even be like, oh, 2 days to next month, so next month I gotta lock in, but like in this month I can still be a degenerate, okay? You can think like that. So I have two days left to be a fucking dumbass. So yeah. So see you in the next module. Create that habit tracker right now. Put like 6 or 7 things in there, and yeah, see you in the next module. The last module is going to be module number 10. Sorry, I got caught up in thought that like, damn, there's a few modules. I didn't even realize. Wait, let's review what everything we've done here. So first module was information about POTS. Second was mindset. Then meditation. Then gratitude. Then medication. Then diet, supplements, exercise, sleep, and a habit tracker. You know, if you've already come this far in this course and done all the actionable steps, you're probably at least in the top 10% of the like people who are gonna recover fastest from spots. Genuinely. I genuinely believe that. And the thing is, if you've had POTS for like 1 to 2 to 3 to even up to 7 months, if you've had this POTS up to 7 months and you're seeing this module right now and you watch through the course, you're already ahead of me. Think about it, you're already ahead of me where I was. And I'm currently pretty much recovered. I wouldn't say I'm fully recovered because I kinda still need the medication to like function, but I have pretty much no problem going to the gym every single day nowadays. And like I'm searching for a job and like life feels normal again, basically. Like I basically don't have any remaining symptoms that affect my life very like massively, let's say. Like there are no symptoms that affect my life massively like they used to when I first got this illness, when I literally wasn't able to like fucking probably like go to the fridge and back. Like for reference, from my table to my fridge there's like maybe 10, maximum 10 meters. Yeah, and I couldn't even be asked to do that most of the time. So yeah, if you've come this far in this course, I congratulate you because you're on your way to a fast recovery. Because if you have all the information, like if you literally watched through and processed all the information that you got here, like if your recovery was this before and a little down and this, your recovery from this point onwards is just gonna be boom, because now that you have all the information you can apply it and you're just gonna see the results pretty much instantly. Like I guarantee you, if you apply all the things here with especially the sleep the diet, the medication, and just try to do as many things as possible and like trust that your mental health is going to get better in the future, in the next 3 months you're going to be a whole, like you're pretty much back to 100%. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Anyways, so what is this module about? Well, this module is about milestones. So I basically listed a few milestones, like goals for you that you can look on forward to when on this recovery journey. So some things you can have as milestones are doing all the things on your habit tracker. We're starting very small here. Okay, so basically doing every single thing in a day that you put on your habit tracker. So let's say you have 7 things on your habit tracker. The first day you do all those, because you're not gonna do all those habits every single day. Let's be real, but you're gonna try. So the first day you actually hit the goal of having all the days crossed out. Feels so good. Okay, next one. Feeling more normal than not. This is kind of subjective because it's about how you feel, but like you literally start to notice that, oh shit, I can probably start doing something right now. Like there's something I can do right now. Like before it was like, I can't even take a shower. And now it's like, I could probably like go for a walk. Like I can go for a walk. I can probably like do something for 2 hours daily. Okay? Then, next one. Oh my god. I had this like maybe 4 months, maybe like 3 months ago, and it's when you start to feel more exhausted from exercise than from the condition. AKA, you know, if you have POTS right now and you try to exercise or anything, you're going to get so fucking tired from genuinely just from having your POTS. But the thing is, at one point on your recovery journey, you're gonna exercise and notice that you're out of breath because the exercise was so tough. AKA, you just felt normal levels of exhaustion. Think about that. You didn't get exhausted because you have POTS, you got exhausted because you did some hard shit. And that just feels so nice. Like, I've never, ever enjoyed a discomfort or like a exhausted moment as much as I did. I remember still the place at the gym where I was in when I realized this. I was doing, I think, leg day on a hamstring curl machine when I realized that, oh shit, I'm not tired because of this condition. I'm tired because I just trained fucking hard. Like, it's so sick to finally be back to that. So yeah, and then the next goal would be getting back to working, which is basically at the stage I am right now. I'm currently going to start working at the start of 2026. Then getting to, also a goal could be getting to being consistent in the gym, basically going pretty much every single day or at least 5 times a week. And then like that's already something that I've achieved personally. But it was easy for me because I used to be a gym goer. So it was just the second I could go to the gym, I just went because that's so normal for me. And then you can, you can create also your own milestones where, yeah, you can just anything, like genuinely anything that resembles a normal life for you, you can have that as a goal and milestone and then be happy when you achieve it. And eventually the last goal is going to be normal life. Now when will a fully normal life happen? I don't know. But like it's on its way. It's going to come eventually. So yeah, I just want to thank you for watching this whole course, basically. And you should probably thank yourself also for receiving this information, for searching for the answer to your illness with your own, like, you're taking charge of your situation, you're taking responsibility over your situation, even though it's not your fault that you got this condition. You're still doing your best out there and trying your best, and I just appreciate you for it, and you should be proud of yourself. And yeah, I'm just so happy to just know that pretty much every single time I see someone like purchase this product, I'm probably going to save so much time, like, and not only time but miserable time from that person's life. So yeah, if you've come this far, just pat yourself on the back and yeah, good luck to recovery. That's all for me. Bye. Well done. You've actually finished this I think it's 3.5 hours in total of a course. You finished it. Well done. Now you should have pretty much all the information there is to start your own recovery and to do actually well on your own recovery. The info, like I said in the start, like I recorded this in the start of the year, so some info might be a little outdated, but that's why my channel is for. I'm gonna upload some up-to-date stuff. When I made this course, I wasn't really fully recovered yet, whereas now I'm fully recovered. But anyways, if you enjoyed it and if you found it helpful, subscribe, like the video. It helps. It helps the video in the algorithm. And if you want something like this, there's a link in the description. It's gonna be the top link, where there's a POTS recovery timeline, which is basically just going to go over the whole timeline of your recovery journey. But yeah, other than that, see you in the next one.